Hi, I'm Eric Gilbert. I'm the director for Rising Calm, and I wanted to do something a little special today. I just wanted to give you the heart behind Rising Calm to be able to share why we do what we do and what our specialty is. Um, so, our story started in 2019, and when we first started, it was just me behind the doors. And I was asking God, just in my times of reflection and thoughts, of God, what's a thing that I really have struggled with in my life that I feel like I could relate to other people on a deep level and be able to help them in real substantial ways to be able to experience breakthrough and the freedom that you have in Christ. And so I went through my life journey and I was looking a lot at like everywhere from my childhood where I had this thing called like selective mutism. I kind of just wanted to talk with my older brother. I didn't even want to necessarily talk to my parents. I didn't want to talk with people at school, all those kind of things. And then my anxiety was so strong, I didn't want to engage socially. And not only that, but I had a bad temper. So if people started to mess with me, whether it was kids at school with taking like a hat or my backpack or anything like that, or messing with my homework, I could go from 0 to 60 real fast and be able. At one time, I was actually fighting the biggest kid in the class before I knew what I was even doing. Um, and so I felt like God, I really have wrestled with anxiety, and with my trainings I've gone through over the years, from my master's in marriage and family and therapy to be able to help with Christian business coaching and life coaching, leadership levels and theology. And I realized anxiety has been one of the biggest things I had to wrestle with and continue to work on. And now it's like I've been able to reset my nervous system in a real way where it's like I have calm and confidence. I can have courage to step forward. And I know how much this has transformed my life from everything from where I'm at now with having marriage for over 12 years to having two little girls that are blessings, and toddlers are a handful, but they're good. So started that in 2019 with just me. And then by God's grace, we just made our first hire and was able to expand the team to 2 people with 2020. And then the pandemic hit, right? So stress, anxiety, all this stuff just starts happening. And all these adaptations to taking so many things virtually while still wanting to have our office in Gainesville, Florida, and now we got another one in Orlando, and wanting to expand things to really help people in so many places in so many ways. So just by God's grace over the years, was able to dive deeper and deeper into understanding things like what is your autonomic nervous system? How do you reset this thing? How do you get yourself? And the comparison I like to give now is maybe you can remember for yourself when you were a teenager. Maybe you can remember like when you first started working out with weights. I remember for me, I was using bench press as one of the first exercises that I did. And, I'd seen maybe a couple other people do it before me, but I didn't know much of what it was. So you get on the bench and you're trying to be able to get that bar up, I have everything right, and everything's shaking, it doesn't feel very stable. It's because you don't have much capacity yet for handling the stress of the bar on your body, right? But the idea is that you don't just give up and say that's too hard or uncomfortable, but you get yourself to go back into the bench and say, let me learn from other people that have good form. Let me learn from other people who've been able to do this well over the years. So that way I can get control of this as well. We know life is not going to get easier, right? Life is going to be able to throw the things that it does to us. But we can be able to build our strength and capacity for stress and also being able to stay in control. So that way we can take the weight of life, right? And be able to bring this sucker down and be able to push that up off of us so that we can feel like we still have calm and confidence and strength within us to overcome these challenges. So I've been able to do, just by God's grace, amazing things over the years. We have a whole team now. One of the things I really look for in team is that every person, I want them to also have a personal journey that they felt like they really went through some things, some hard things in life, some real deep challenges, some real issues, whether it's for family relationships, whether it was childhood stuff, whether it was stuff that like business collapsed or health issues or struggle with addiction, something that was like significant where they really had to be tested by the fire to come out on the other side. So we have that with our team, and we sincerely try to help people going through the fire as well. As life is hitting hard, we want to give you such tools that you can be able to put a shield up to block the bad stuff, and then being able to have a sword to be able to take out and do real progress, real changes to overcome the battle and the things that you're going through. It's just a quick story with my marriage and why we work a lot with couples as well. Is I had a backwards idea of marriage where I was kept thinking that commitment was going to slow me down in life, or that I was going to somehow make it so I couldn't be as sold out for God, or as focused, or as open to possibilities of what life can offer. But really, I found the opposite. So marriage for me is with my wife, Carol, has just been amazing. Not perfect, but truly amazing. Where it's like she believed in me to be able to say, like, go start Rising Calm. Go start an online business as well and sell products on Amazon and be able to build this thing up. And I believed in her, to be able to pursue her dreams and desires with dental school. And now she's going to become an orthodontist. So she loves those smiles and helping people's health be as amazing as possible. So whatever we do, we try to do it with passion. We try to do it in real ways. We try to make a real difference of what people are going through. So if you're going through real stuff, it's not easy, but you don't have to face it alone. And what we'll do is we'll really help you to understand more of what happens in here with your nervous system, or what's playing in your relationship that's keeping things stuck or going down to the dirt so often, and how to rise up out of that. I hope for the opportunity to be able to meet with you, to talk with you, and that you give us a shot. Thanks so much for checking us out today.